When evaluating enterprise software, you often reach a fork in the road where a single investment demands two entirely different operational directions. That is exactly where we find SAP Analytics Cloud, or SAC. The question you have to answer is what you are actually trying to achieve. Are you simply standardizing your executive reporting, or are you replacing legacy tools to build a unified planning architecture? Market materials routinely position SAC as a seamless, all-in-one platform that bridges historical reporting with future forecasting without friction. SAC actually houses two distinct operational engines under one roof. Your implementation follows one of these paths: Track 1 for descriptive business intelligence, which is entirely read-only, or Track 2 for active planning, enabling read and write capabilities. Approaching SAC's planning capabilities with the exact same mindset you use to build a dashboard is the fastest way to guarantee an implementation failure. This split frequently causes internal friction. Business analysts expect to spin up quick, responsive dashboards, while enterprise architects are tasked with building robust financial models inside the exact same software environment. Track 1, Descriptive BI, serves those analysts. It is built strictly for data exploration and visualizing standard executive reporting. Track 2, Active Planning, operates as an active data product. It is designed for collaborative modeling, driver-based forecasting, and actual write-back scenarios. Looking at this comparison matrix, the trade-off is clear. The BI track offers architectural simplicity for read-only visualization. Active planning demands high architectural friction, requiring meticulous setup for your FP&A teams in exchange for strategic reward. If your project team doesn't acknowledge these as separate operational products from day one, your software investment will quickly fall out of sync with your business reality. Let's look at the BI track mechanics. It functions like this high-speed, continuous stream of raw information, flowing forward without any barriers or dams. This is made possible through SAP's live and acquired connectivity. The platform queries data directly in real time from SAP HANA and S/4HANA, bypassing data replication. The immediate outcome for your organization is the ability to generate responsive, up-to-the-minute executive dashboards that span your entire enterprise landscape. It also introduces augmented analytics into your workflows. Native AI features like Smart Predict and the natural language querying of Just Ask can automate variance analysis and flag anomalies before a human analyst spots them. The user experience is tailored for decision makers, leaning on interactive visualizations and standardized enterprise reporting templates that are easy to deploy. But there is a strict technical boundary. Users are completely limited to read-only data exploration. While the BI track solves the problem of speed to insight, it prevents your teams from executing write-backs, adjusting budgets, or running interactive financial simulations. To execute those tasks, you have to activate the planning track, which introduces an immediate and steep jump in technical complexity. This bespoke 7-layer architecture makes active planning functional. It starts with business planning and data architecture. Next, you establish data integration and planning model design. Finally, you build out planning logic, the experience layer, and your governance framework. This architectural lift enables your teams to run automated data actions, write advanced formulas, and execute multi-step computational logic that writes directly back to core systems. However, architecting all 7 layers takes serious time. It demands specialized consulting expertise, elevated implementation costs, and strict documented version control. The planning track is not a plug-and-play tool. It is a highly customized, structurally rigid engine that you must build from the ground up. If you ignore that structural rigidity, your architecture will eventually collapse under the weight of excessive, unnecessary complexity. This usually happens when teams fall into the ERP replication trap, the flawed strategy of trying to capture every single ERP dimension and historical line item inside their new planning model. Doing this creates a bloated, sluggish system. It merely mirrors your historical ledgers, and it's force the actual levers moving your business. To avoid this outcome, you need a different philosophy: driver-based planning. Instead of importing historical line items, this approach requires you to build financial plans based on core business drivers, variables like volume, rate, and headcount. The driver-based shift yields transparent logic and enables continuous rolling forecasts, but it demands your organization moves beyond the habits of traditional annual line item budgeting. With these two distinct paths defined, Your next step is identifying which track your internal teams actually need to champion. Take the BI upgrader, usually business analysts and IT. They need to modernize legacy dashboards and deploy native AI to streamline reporting. Their trade-off is straightforward. They will achieve immediate diagnostic visibility across the enterprise, but they are only observing the business, not actively steering it. Then you have the FP&A transformer, your finance leads. They need to abandon manual Excel budgeting and run predictive what-if scenarios to model external market factors like inflation. Unlocking that predictive power requires upfront discipline. The FP&A transformer must be willing to say no to stakeholders who demand to see every granular ERP detail replicated in the planning tool. For the enterprise architect tasked with unifying these needs, success comes down to a clean, streamlined geometric framework. This checklist outlines exactly what that deployment depends on: building minimal data models, maintaining transparent logic, and committing to continuous forecasting. SAC demands structural respect. It cannot be forced into a one-size-fits-all deployment without introducing severe system bloat. If you need rapid diagnostic visualization, deploy the BI track, but only activate the planning track if your organization is fully prepared to overhaul its governance and architect a specialized engine. Your organization's success with SAP Analytics Cloud depends on the discipline to decide if you are building a dashboard to see the road or an engine to drive the car.